I'm just waiting for that Rock Stone Cold movie.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
The Rock, Stone Cold, Batista, all three. John Cena now. Can you imagine all four of those stars coming together for one movie? Cena. Still, just the fact alone, they're all big movie stars now.
Right.
Yeah.
In one movie. WWE, what are you doing? Vince McMahon, make this happen.
You're tuned in to the Nerd Network Podcast.
You're watching and listening to the Nerd Network Podcast. I'm your host, Marcy. I'm here with Julian Blake.
What's up?
What's going on?
How are you guys doing?
Not too bad.
Hanging in there.
For sure. Yeah, so this is a nerd podcast. We talk about nerdy shit. All kinds of nerdy shit. Movies, video games, comic book stuff, you name it. Mostly movies, though. But we do have some video game news.
Damn, that's some nerdy shit.
Yes. So I'm going to have a quick 3 topics that I want to talk about today.
We can go down the list there. We can start with the canceled Zelda live action.
Yes.
Was it a movie?
So it was going to be a series, a live action series.
Why was it canceled?
All right, so let's go back a little. I guess this was going to happen in 2010.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it was that long ago.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a long time ago. So Adam Conover, the guy who worked for College Humor. Adam Ruins Everything. Yeah, Adam Ruins Everything.
Okay.
If you've seen that, you've probably seen a lot of his stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You know,
I may have seen.
I mean, you just see him on social media. I never really watched. I know who he is. The name I didn't know, but I recognize him now that I see him. But I guess he was doing a podcast, and on the podcast he was on. They were asking him some questions and brought up that he was actually working on a Starfox claymation series, and it got canceled. Anyway, this is all old news just coming forward today. But still, someone leaked from Netflix that a live action Zelda was going to be made. Someone from Netflix, an employee. Nintendo heard of that, did not like that it got leaked, and was like, we're canceling everything now.
That seems awfully petty.
You know what, though? If you're looking back at 2010 Netflix, though, they were tiny at the time.
Yeah, that's true.
So Netflix, I'm sure Nintendo felt at that time, like they're holding all the cards.
Mm-hmm.
This little Netflix company, like, we're doing y'all a favor. Y'all can't even keep this under wraps.
That's a good perspective.
Because I think the Netflix app or website or whatever, when did that drop? 2009?
No, I don't remember.
Like, it was shortly after I graduated high school. It had to be like 2009, 2010. So,
Netflix at the time was a small fry.
Yeah, Netflix was a baby at this point. There was no such thing as Netflix originals or anything like that.
Dang.
So,
yeah, I'm not sure when exactly.
I wondered if Nintendo would ever revisit that option now, or are they just like,
I don't know.
Y'all screwed us over one time. We're not going to do it now.
Well, supposedly Netflix is still supposed to be doing something new with Zelda. We don't really know yet.
Well, if they're smart, we won't know because they'll lose it again.
Yeah. But I still think it's a little bit weird why they didn't come back to that.
I mean, yeah, if you look at it, Zelda is like the second most selling Nintendo game.
Yeah.
Like they're the next biggest IP franchise.
So I gotta let you guys know that I'm a huge noob because I thought Zelda and Link were the same person. Obviously, it's not.
Oh, man.
But I never played Zelda as a kid.
Really?
Like, I never played Zelda as a kid, no.
Wow.
I mean, it looked cool. A guy that looked like Robin Hood with a sword. I mean, that's what I saw him as.
Right.
But I never, at that time period, I didn't have what you guys played that on?
Game Boy?
Game Boy.
Yeah.
I never played like the original, but I did play Ocarina of Time, which is like
that's like
the biggest one.
Yeah, the big one. Yeah, I've played the original one on like the big gray Game Boy or whatever, like the green screen.
See, I mean, for me, Zelda, we didn't get live action. Okay, whatever. But the fact that we didn't get a claymation version of Starfox, that makes me mad.
So you played Star Fox?
Oh, I love Star Fox. Star Fox 64? Oh, yeah.
I'm just surprised. I mean, you played Star Fox 64 and not Ocarina of Time?
I don't know what that is.
Dang.
I don't know. Star Fox 64.
Star Fox was pretty awesome, though.
For me, like, being in space, at the time period, I was huge into Star Wars, too. So, like, to me, their planes, their aircraft reminded me of X-Wings a little bit.
Yeah.
So I was like, this is cool. And then barrel roll. I just remember hearing barrel roll, and then, I mean, the game was easy to play.
Yeah.
You go up and down, and then whatever buttons you collected those little diamond, red, ruby type things to
shoot
and stuff.
Mhm.
Then you get bombs too. I don't know. That game was really interesting for me. But seeing a live action of that or a claymation of that would have been very interesting. Starfox, I thought, was just a really cool character.
That's something I wouldn't have expected to be done in claymation.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we just go straight CGI.
I want puppets.
You want puppets?
Yeah.
I mean, there's some fan-made stuff out there you could probably check out.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Like when you originally brought this topic up, I thought it was going to be Zelda that was claymation. Because, I mean, granted, that would take forever. But, like, that would be really
That'd be pretty
cool.
too. Yeah.
Because what was that one last big claymation movie?
Cujo?
Yeah.
Mhm.
That was awesome.
Kubo.
Yeah, Kubo.
Cujo's
Yeah.
a killer dog. Sorry.
Yeah.
Kubo.
That movie was incredible.
Oh man, the behind the scenes on that.
Oh, yeah, dude.
God,
That was
so
insane.
That was insane.
Oh, so
And I know those movies take like years to make, but like Zelda in that art form would have been incredible.
That'd been pretty cool.
that would have been, man.
Yeah.
I don't even know the story of Zelda besides he's on a quest to get Zelda, right? Link is on a quest to get Zelda?
Yeah.
And-
It's like a medieval version of Mario.
Pretty much, yeah.
Gotcha. Was it really that fun, or was the story just that good?
No, it's pretty fun because it's like in the older ones, it's like a top-down perspective.
Yeah.
So you control Link and you fight bad guys, and he gets different weapons across his quest. So you start off with the sword, and then in other games you can get a bow and arrow, a boomerang, all sorts of stuff.
And then as the games developed, you would get like an animal partner that you could go with that had special abilities to help you play different ways in the game.
Did you ever play Ocarina of Time? Or not Ocarina of Time, I'm sorry. Oh, shoot. I can't think of the name. But there was 2 games that came out on Game Boy Color, and you could play one or the other, but you could link them, and they had the animal.
Oh, right. Yeah.
I can't remember the name of it, though.
I don't remember the name. Was that the one where it had like the kangaroo,
Yes.
the bear with the wings?
Yep.
I like the
Yep.
bear.
The bear, yeah.
That dude was cool.
That was probably my second favorite Zelda game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that one.
I mean, Nintendo, their IP, I mean, they have a lot of good, good name brands that they could turn into movies, cartoons, animes, whatever you want to call it. Topic number 2. New movie starring Bruce Willis, Cosmic Sin. We all just watched the trailer recently. Julian, what's your first thoughts after watching this trailer? Just no spoilers or anything, just watching, just give me one sentence worth of like.
Uninterested. Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Blake, go ahead.
I feel like it is uninspiring maybe. I feel like it looks like it has cool effects. I don't know from a story standpoint that it's doing anything different. I feel like this is that movie. Crap, I don't remember the name. It was a jet movie with Jamie Foxx. Like the AI jet went rogue. It was like the Air Force
Stealth.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like this is stealth.
I love this guy. I love Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
I'm going to compare him to another man, the greatest actor of all time, and he shouldn't be the same praise as this guy. But has Bruce Willis reached Nicolas Cage status? Yes or no? Yes. Go ahead and just say yes. Yeah, that's what's going on.
In your eyes, because Nicolas Cage isn't in the same. He isn't ranked the same
So
with me.
I'm gonna go back to the same thing. The same way you would critique Nicolas Cage. How many good movies compared to bad movies Bruce Willis has been in?
Been a lot of bad ones.
I'm just saying. I'm just going off that same critique that people give Nicolas Cage. Bruce Willis, to me, has finally hit that wall where he is Nicolas Cage into releasing all these B and C movies.
Oh, that's what you're saying. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, I agree with you there.
I've seen so many movies from Bruce Willis in the last month or so because I was bored on Netflix and Amazon Prime. I recently watched this movie called Breach. The movie Breach and this movie look exactly the same.
Really?
Exactly the same. It looks like better CGI. That's it.
Yeah.
And maybe a notch or two above the last movie CGI. The last movie CGI.
Oh, that CGI was just terrible. So he got like 2 scripts. He read them both and was like, "Oh, this is the same movie."
Yeah. So people who are listening and watching, just so you know, the Cosmic Sin movie, go check out the trailer. You're probably not gonna check it out right away right now, but just to let you guys know what it's about, 7 rogue soldiers launch a preemptive strike against a newly discovered alien civilization in the hopes of ending an interstellar war before it starts. Did it look like there was time travel? I didn't. To me, it didn't look like there was time travel. But from reading that, it makes it seem like they're stopping a war before it happens.
Well, in the trailer, they had that big portal wormhole thing. So,
yeah, I think that they found out maybe like ahead of time that they were coming, and then they're trying to stop.
I mean, I like action sci-fi movies. Like, I was getting like 90s vibes from this movie, but not in a good way.
Yeah, I would agree with that statement.
Yeah, not in a good way. When I first saw the trailer and when I saw the poster, it reminds me of Edge of Tomorrow, the suits.
Yeah, that's the first thing I thought.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? It's just orange.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks okay.
It looked to me like it would have been a really cool video game.
Yeah. And were
It
there
felt like a video game.
Was there zombies?
They look like in Prometheus, you know, when they got the droplet or whatever in them and they like turned bad, like Psycho. That's what that looked like.
Huh. I don't know. Because the last movie he made, there was zombies in space.
Oh,
And guns and sci-fi just like this.
they were
movie.
probably shooting these at the same time.
He was in Studio A and then went to Studio B.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
like-
He just changed clothes and was like, they had the same extras and everybody just show up. I don't know. I don't feel like Bruce Willis. I feel like he, at some point in his older age, maybe lost the charisma of seeing him on screen. Like, he doesn't have that Apollo 13, like, I don't know. I mean, the look is still there, but there's just something that's not there. Almost like Morgan Freeman in some of these later movies, like he's just kind of phoning it in.
Well, I really think what happened was he just got typecasted where he just plays the same type of character / role every single time now. And I think it has to do a lot with the scripts. I don't think he's just picking... We're not seeing a lot of different dimensions from him.
Have we ever, though? He's always done like these action type.
No. Have you ever seen The Kid?
No.
Where he basically somehow travels back in time and he sees his kid self and he has to like take... It's a Disney movie.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, he basically has to like go help his kid self not get bullied so that he could turn out to a better person in the future. I think it's called The Kid.
And then doing all of the whatchamacallit movies. The
What, the Diehards?
yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's...
That I don't feel like those helped his ability to choose from different scripts. Like,
I mean, earlier on in his career, he had different roles. I mean, he honestly, he was doing like romantic type movies in the beginning of his career.
yeah,
Moonlight.
yeah.
Let's see, I don't know. Alpha Dog was good where he played a dad. I don't know if you've seen Alpha Dog or
I
not.
don't think I've seen that one.
I don't know. Like, he's done other movies, but he just doesn't do a lot of them.
Yeah. I mean, and for what it was, those action type movies, I mean, they were great. Those late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s movies. Well, even up into the right up into the early 2000s. I think we get kind of spoiled with guys like Denzel and Leonardo and Brad Pitt. We get kind of spoiled with actors like that who have acting careers spanning decades. But, you know, before the mid 2000s, that kind of stuff was rare. Like, somebody was hot, they had a couple of movies, and like 10 years they were done. It's hard to have an acting. What Bruce Willis' acting career is almost like 40 years.
Oh yeah, he's been acting since what?
Late 70s, early 80s.
Yeah, 80s, 1980s.
Yeah, so I mean, he's pushing 40 plus years acting. That's a long time.
No, definitely. So him and Nick Cage. Yep.
They're both on the list of actors that I'm not excited to see their new movies coming out.
Exactly. Think about it. You heard it here first. Blake said they're on the same level.
Take that for whatever you want.
Cosmic Sin will be out probably on a streaming service near you I'm assuming Amazon Prime. I'll definitely check it out. I'll probably do a review on it. I like Bruce Willis. I'm still gonna watch it. If it came in theaters, I probably wouldn't. This is not something I'd watch in theaters.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't for sure.
No, I'm not gonna get COVID over that movie. But Bruce Willis, keep doing what you do. Get that money. I don't know how he's doing it, but he is. All right, so topic number 3. We got to look at Jared Leto as the Joker in the Snydercut. Yes, it is a blurry picture. You're going to see it right here. Did you look at the picture?
Yeah.
Julian?
I've not seen it yet.
What?
I mean, you're not missing anything.
No,
like,
it's
literally,
not. No.
Literally, you can't
No.
see anything.
No, but we were just talking about it like not that long ago. So as I'm looking at this picture, you both now you've seen the picture. Since Julian, you just now saw it for the first time. What are your thoughts? Obviously, it's blurry.
It's blurry. I can tell that he has long hair. Maybe he's wearing a mask. I don't know. And he's wearing a surgical glove.
So right off the bat, my first instinct, the long hair. I mean, it's very blurry. We don't know if he has tattoos on his face or not. But just from the silhouette we're looking at, he definitely reminds me of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. Did you get that feeling at all, Blake? And I'll show it to you one more time.
Yeah, that's the first thing that I thought of. The fact that it's black and white and his face is blurred reminds me of the first Why So Serious posters. I don't know if you remember those.
Oh yeah.
It was like the Why So Serious, and then it was like bloodied or whatever, and then it had like the creases of the sides of his mouth, with him standing behind it in that purple suit, all blurred out. That's exactly what I thought it was. Same kind of imagery and all of that. The long hair really sent me for a loop, since that wasn't the MO of the original. You have him right there in front of you.
Yeah.
So it doesn't look green either.
If it is green, it's dark as hell.
Yeah.
It must be some dark as hell. I mean, this is a black and white photo that we're all looking at. I just thought that was very interesting. So let's just say, for speculation's sake, that he does look like, overall, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. So speculate now. You think they can maybe be tying these together now? Would you guys want it to be tied together like that now?
I don't.
I mean, when I say tied together, it doesn't mean that they're the same person, but like, it can mean that.
Like a nod towards.
I don't know. For me, I like the fact that every reboot of Spider-Man or every reboot of Batman and every reboot of Superman, they're all different. Even if this was like an alternate universe kind of thing, I don't know. My thing was they needed Jared Leto for reshoots, and he was busy shooting the little things and had long hair. And they were like, damn.
I can see that.
But Zack Snyder did have his own version of what he thought the Joker should look like.
So hold on. The Joker that we got isn't what Snyder had no intention of using any sort of Joker like that at all?
I have no idea on the extent to that, but he did have his own version that he was thinking of.
Okay.
I mean, he was one of the producers on the Suicide Squad movie.
Right.
But he wasn't the director of that movie. I mean, he probably had a little bit of say in what the Joker's supposed to look like, but I'm pretty sure that was it David Ayer that directed that movie, Suicide Squad. Pretty sure that's his vision of what Joker was gonna look like. But I don't know. From the outfit, we can't tell what the outfit is. I don't know if that's a white jacket, a white button-up. Can't really tell. We don't know. This is very blurry. This is all speculation.
Even with it being blurry, his face still seems kind of weird. Like, even with a blurry photo, you could easily see, where the nose, the mouth, and eyes are. I mean, that looks almost like a mask or something that he's wearing.
If it's a mask, I'm about to be pissed.
I mean, it really does.
I don't know. I hope it's not a mask. I want his face to be painted. I mean, obviously, he can still have his face painted and then wear a mask on top of that. Then again, we don't know the extent of the Joker or how he's going to be in the Snydercut. I mean, he could be in there for 5 seconds, all we know.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, we really don't know. So, do you guys care if he's not the same looking Suicide Squad Joker?
Well, I mean, I think there has to be some sort of continuity because Ben Affleck was in the Suicide Squad movie.
Right.
He was in the cut scenes of like chasing down the Joker. So there has to at least be a little bit of continuity.
I mean, it's still the same actor. I mean,
Well,
he's
yeah,
still gonna look like him.
but I mean,
like
it has to make sense. Like it can't be like in the Suicide or in the Batman's.
but don't forget, Suicide Squad is being rebooted, so maybe that doesn't even matter anymore.
And yeah.
I mean, but does that matter to you personally?
No, I mean,
Like,
if he showed up and was different and, you know, he had long hair and no face tattoos, maybe it's before he did all that. I don't know.
ooh, that's a good thought.
You know,
Yeah, I didn't know. That's a good.
I don't know. I mean, they could position it however they want and make it make sense.
Mm-hmm.
I just hope that if he is drastically different, they at least point it out. Maybe he's got the surgical glove on because he's starting to tattoo his face. Like maybe this is the beginning of that. Like he's putting the tattoo of the mouth on his hand or something, you know.
That'd be a good origin to connect it.
Yeah.
Don't forget the idea of the Joker mentality being spread to all people who idolize him too. So it could be like a copycat.
Yeah.
Well, that's what everyone thinks that the original Joker, well, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker is.
The original and everybody's
original.
is a copycat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then even though Joaquin Phoenix's Joker could be in the idea, maybe he's not the real Joker that we know today. Could be Jared Leto's Joker. I mean, they could play it out however they want to, but I don't know. It's all very interesting. I think it's really cool that he has long hair. I don't mind that he has long hair, but if it's like a pre-Joker before he turns into the Suicide Squad Joker, that's cool.
Yeah.
Maybe people understand like this version right here of the Suicide Squad Joker,
Mm-hmm. A little bit more context.
which was exactly what we were missing. I feel like.
Yeah.
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 If that was, I feel like the way that they introduced the Joker in all the other TV shows and movies and things like that, where you get him as the Joker, like this, you needed to understand his crazy. It wasn't something you could just plop that such a drastically different character in front of people and be like, good luck, guys.
Yeah.
Like it definitely needed a lot more understanding. And I remember you telling me, I guess in the extended cut of, was it Suicide Squad or something like that?
Yeah.
There is a lot more footage, but
Yeah.
I don't know if it ever clears that up.
No, it doesn't. I mean, you just get more used to seeing him the way he is and why. I mean, you don't really get why, but you get to see more of it, so you kind of take it in more,
Yeah.
and you kind of get used to it, I guess.
Like if they would have took the psychiatrist portion of Joaquin Phoenix's Joaquin Phoenix's Joker movie when he's talking to the psychiatrist.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And did something like that with Jared Leto at the beginning of Suicide Squad or something like
Makes
that,
sense.
just so you kind of understand.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, I gotcha. Yeah. No, I'm excited. And officially, this movie is going to be rated R.
Thank God.
That's good news.
Heck yeah! I want to see Ben Affleck kick some more ass.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm excited.
It's crazy that all of the movies that we've seen now, how iconic that Batman warehouse scene is. All the stuff that we've seen now from all the comic book movies, from all types of animated Star Wars now, all this stuff, like that's still such a big deal.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the only
'Cause,
Batman.
I mean, it goes against all of what the other Batmans said that they wouldn't do. You know?
Right.
So it's such a dynamic
I still don't even know.
scene.
I understand on people. They say he's too violent. He still technically didn't kill anyone. Like we didn't.
That dude he punched through the floor.
Yeah.
He didn't get up.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. But,
But
what I'm
no.
saying is-
But see, I think this version of Batman in the animated series, like he was tired. Like he was sick of continually having to do this shit, knowing he wasn't getting anywhere. So he was a lot more violent. I feel like that this is the path that a human being would go on. There would be that maturation process.
Oh no, for sure.
You know, in the animated series, there was like an alternate universe where the Justice League, like Superman, lobotomized everybody. Like all the repetitive, like Joker and all, like the Joker was like the desk reception or something at the jail. Like he lobotomized them because they were sick and tired of having to continually do this and people continually die.
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So I if you hold on that tightly and that dearly to Batman's code, like, get over yourself, dude.
Right.
There's got to be growth in the
But
character.
I'm still thinking, like, for the people complaining about him breaking his code, for movie-wise and how they filmed it, he still didn't. Yeah, he punched somebody. You didn't see him get him back up. They left it up to interpretation.
Right.
And I still think they did a good job writing that line. It's not like he outright put up a gun and was like, pap, in the head.
Right.
He's not chopping someone's head off.
Well, and I mean, the character, he should be breaking legs and dislocating shoulders. Like, you don't want somebody to just limp back to base with a black eye
Yeah.
or some bruised ribs and then
Yeah,
go back out the next night.
He's going to break their fingers so they can't shoot that trigger.
Yeah, like,
Which makes sense. But they're still alive.
right.
That's like he went up and killed them.
He should be hurting people. I mean, like, the branding, I love that. Like,
Yeah. No, that's cool. No, I'm excited for this movie. Like I said, it's going to be rated R. Can't wait. Mid-March. Getting so close.
dude,
Can't wait to watch it in theaters. And be on the lookout for that movie review when that comes out. But
we should do a deep dive on that one.
oh man, we'll do a whole long compare. I don't even want to watch the old one before. I feel like I've seen it too many times.
I'm not gonna watch it before, like, I'm not gonna watch it again until this comes out. From what they say, they're two completely different movies. So
Find out. I'm excited. We'll see. Rated R. All right, cool. We're going to move into our next topic. But before we do that, I'll talk about our sponsors. We're not really even a sponsor, but Trey Post Tees. If you support us, you want to give us some money for us to keep doing this show, keep the lights on, go to treypostees.com. You can find some Nerd Network merchandise. Some of it's created by Julian, some of it's created by me. But check them out. They also have some cool nerdy stuff on their website as well. Check them out. We are going to go to our next segment called Recommended, where we go around the table and talk about movies or TV shows we recommend to each other and to you listening and watching. I'm going to go first. The first recommended I have is called Palmer. If you have Apple TV, check it out. I know I'm super rich. I have Apple TV.
oh my god,
Oh, not at all. Can't eat groceries for a whole week. But Apple TV, though. Palmer, starring Justin Timberlake.
okay,
Yeah, it's a movie about a guy who just gets out of prison. So the grandma lives next door to this trailer who has a mom and her kid living there. The mom's a drug addict, drinks, parties all the time, leaves the kid alone. The grandma watches the kid. Justin Timberlake comes home, living back with the grandma after getting out of prison, and he basically is trying to get adapted back into life of after going to prison. And he's kind of obviously his character is going to prison. He's a bad guy, and he's just getting adjusted in this small town. And he ends up becoming friends with this little child because the mom is gone, drunk all the time, hungover, drugged out. She ends up leaving town, and she does this once in a while. The grandma ends up watching the kid, and the grandma ends up dying. So Justin Timberlake is like, I have this kid. The mom's gone, and my grandma's gone, who usually takes care of this part. The mom's gone a lot longer than normal. And you basically just see him form this relationship with this child who becomes friends. I can't say anything more than that. Justin Timberlake is a great actor, I feel like, in roles like this,
I agree.
where he's not the heartthrob. He has some acting chops for sure.
Yeah,
The storytelling, I mean, the story is a simple story, but it's so well done. It's funny. Definitely make you laugh. It might make you cry. And you'll be like, Justin Timberlake, do more movies.
yeah.
Like, after watching this, Justin Timberlake, go get that Oscar that you could possibly get, maybe, after a few more roles like this under your belt. Yeah, if you want a feel-good movie that might make you cry, Apple TV. If you don't have, and there's not a lot of Apple TV, but if you have Apple TV, check this movie out. You'll like it, and you will think Justin Timberlake is a good actor. I can't go into it more because it'll be spoilers if I talk any more about the movie.
It sounds good. I like Justin Timberlake. What was the
Yeah.
movie he did with Mila Kunis, where he was like the
Friends with Benefits.
Friends with Benefits.
yeah, he was awesome in that.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Was he in Ted?
No, I wish he wasn't Ted. That's Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then In Time was his other.
And Time was such a great movie.
Yeah, that one was really good.
Oh, they
So
should have made a
good.
part
I just
two.
watched that like earlier this month
Oh,
or last
shit.
month,
They should have
January.
made a second
Such a
one.
good concept. Like,
Yeah,
shout out to whoever thought of that.
Yeah, good stuff. But yeah, so Julian, you don't have one tonight. That's
I don't
fine.
have one this week.
That's
Sorry.
okay. I'm gonna go twice. But Blake, I'll let you go.
Yeah,
next.
let me go in between because this is gonna be quick.
Go ahead.
So I wasted the. If you want to waste 20 or 30 minutes of your life, like you're just sick of the pandemic and you just want to throw 20 minutes of your life away, watch Auntie Donna's Big Ol' House of Fun on Netflix. Dude, me looking for stuff to find on Netflix, I would come, for whatever reason, I would come across this movie. And the little 30-second or minute clip that Netflix will give you of a show was like, it was honestly hilarious. Like it felt like a Workaholics clip. Like these dudes it's almost like a kid's show, but they're in this house and they're like singing this song like everything's a drum, and they're like punching through walls or hitting pans together, like doing all this ridiculous shit. Well, the dude gets a like a plastic spoon in a pot, and he's like, everything's a drum. This pot's even a drum, and he hits the pot and it doesn't make any sound. And he's like, everything's a drum, even this pot's a drum, and he hits it again, doesn't make a sound. And he's like, what the Jim, you told me that everything was a drum when I moved into this house 5 years ago. And the whole scene changes and it gets dead serious.
Really?
And the dude like looks, the main guy looks out the window and he was like, he says something real serious like, everything is a drum, or I meant what I said 5 years ago. And the one of the other guys is like, I left my wife and kids because you said everything was a drum. And he's like, that's enough now, brother Mark. And he's like, no, this is bull. Like they're about to like kill each other. And then the dude's like, oh no, I got it. And he starts, and everybody just goes back to singing and like a kid's show. It was like, it's like,
what was it called again?
It's Auntie Donna's Big Ol' House of Fun. It's a little bit, the first episode is a little bit like Pee Wee Herman, like times 3. And so like I was like, okay, I've been seeing this show for like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm gonna watch it. And the first skit, like the first couple of skits are hilarious. And then the show gets ridiculously it's literally some of the worst TV I've ever watched.
Oh my gosh.
But it's so bad, like I had to finish the episode. I don't know what it was.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Did they have like a searching for like a roommate skit?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, with the
that.
dishwasher.
Yeah,
did you see that? They kicked the dishwasher out or whatever because it was alive. The guy that plays Homelander, he's in it.
Oh wow!
I didn't know that.
I'm gonna give spoilers because it's so fucking bad, but like he's in it. I guess he's like from New Zealand or Australia or whatever. They're in Australia. I don't know if he owed somebody a favor or whatever, but the guys are like really weird, and so he comes home and he's like, they're like, who's this dude in the house? He's like, oh, that's my. His name is like Brett or something. He's like, that's my Brett. He was out there in the rain or whatever, and I fed him and he followed me home. And he's like, what the hell? He's like, you have a pet? He's like, yeah. And he tells him like, he like pours some dog food in a bowl for him. And he's like, eat up.
No
and the
way.
dude leaves. And he's like, oh yeah, thanks. And then the guy who's like got him hostage or whatever leaves for a second. And he's like, help me. And like the dude comes back and he's like, hey man, can I talk to you for a second? He's like, hey, you really like, when you left, he attacked me. So I think you should let him go. And he's like, oh really? Yeah, we should probably get rid of him. And he's like, come here. And like the dude comes over and he like hits him with a syringe and kills him. And he's like crying. He's like, no, my Brett, I had to kill him. And he's like, starts coming back to life. And he's like, no, I think he's alive. And he like hits him again with the needle, shoves the rest of it in there, like murders him. It like throws him away in the garbage. Like,
oh my god,
dude, it's the first half of the episode is hilarious. And then it gets bad. So if you want to waste, I only watched one episode. I couldn't sacrifice any more of my life to the show, but
okay, I remember seeing that.
I thought Andy was in there.
Yeah.
Too, yeah.
Watch the first episode. If you want to see something absolutely hilarious and then drop off in a black hole of abysmalness, watch this. It's at least worth that. So check that out. I ruined. Like, I don't think I've logged back onto Netflix since.
Oh, no.
Like, I was like, okay, Netflix, you're done. What's on HBO Max?
Good job, HBO. Cool. I'm going to check it out. It looks funny. I mean, from the posters and stuff, it's pretty funny.
Yeah, at least watch the little clip that Netflix gives you when you hover over the thing.
That's funny. So, yeah, my second recommended of the day is called Don't Tell a Soul. I don't know if you've seen a trailer or anything about it.
I haven't seen this one.
So Don't Tell a Soul. It's a I would think it's like in the thriller type almost genre, but not really. So it's about these two boys. They end up. There's an old woman who has her house fumigated. So there's a tent over the house. They have a plan to steal like $12,000 out of the house because they know it's in there for some reason. That's the first thing they do. They steal this money out of this house. They see a security guard. For some reason, security guards around the house, just really weird, outside. And he runs after them, and the boys run to the woods, and he's chasing after him. He falls into a well. And then the whole movie is them trying to decide, do we help him in the well or not? Do we get him out? He saw our face. What do we do? And it's a whole cat and mouse type movie where like trying to figure out, shit, this happened. Do we let this man die? Do we get away with this $12,000? Is he going to tell on us? Do we let him go and do we just hope that he does not going to call the cops? And he agrees, like, hey, if you kill me up, I won't tell anybody. I don't care. I don't even know what you guys are doing.
Right.
He doesn't though. You don't know what he did at all. Like you don't know what the kids did at all. Like he doesn't know anything about what the kids did.
So he didn't catch them like mid heist.
No.
He caught them as like they were leaving.
As they were leaving, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But you as two kids, under 18, you just stole $12,000 and this happens to you.
Yeah.
What do you guys do?
I'm calling the police. Like, hey, I don't know what the hell that guy was doing. I seen somebody fall. Y'all might want to help this guy out. He's seen our faces, but I don't know how big the town is, but if it's like where we live, like you're not gonna find
it.
me.
It is out in the woods. Like it's out in the woods,
Yeah.
and there's a well that people like. He fell that was like an abandoned, covered up well. He just fell through.
Right.
Clean getaway or not?
I couldn't leave somebody to die. That dude was just doing his job, man. Like he's probably got kids to feed.
Yeah, that's how you get ghosts. to haunt
All I'm
you.
going to say is this movie, I did not expect the ending. There's 3 twists.
Yeah.
There's 3 twists.
I wasn't expecting you to say that there was a twist.
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was gonna be standard
Nope.
fare. So
Nope.
well, that's interesting.
This movie is not what you expect.
Where can we find it?
Oh, you can find this movie on Amazon. It's not. You do gotta spend some money. $5.99. It is worth $5. I would have paid $9.99. I liked it a lot. So
Buy some T-shirts so I can afford to watch this movie. guys.
So
For real.
it's starring Jack Dylan Grazer. He was the kid that was in Shazam.
Okay.
The funny kid that was on the crutches.
Oh,
Right.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's in
okay.
it.
Yeah,
Oh, he's
yeah.
good. Oh, he does such a good job. He's a younger brother. The older brother, I'm not sure who he is, but it also has Rainn Wilson. He's a security guard.
Oh, okay.
The guy from The Office, Dwight.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rainn Wilson is an amazing actor.
Yeah, I've seen him in interviews, and he's
Oh man,
it's such a dynamic.
I don't want you to read anything, Julian. I really want you to watch that movie.
All right.
But Rainn Wilson does an amazing job. I can't say too much about his character.
Yeah.
If you like mystery, a thriller movie, go watch this movie. If you're a fan of The Office, go support Rainn Wilson and go watch this movie. It's $5.99. It's cheaper than a movie ticket for sure, and it's very suspenseful.
Yeah, I mean, and you guys already all bought T-shirts when we asked you to the first time, so
Yeah.
you've already got your credit card or PayPal out.
Yeah, you know you got money. You know it. You know it. You know you got money. In the future, we are going to have a phone number you guys are going to be able to call and ask us questions. That's going to be really interesting. I don't know how I'm going to set that up yet. I mean, I know how to set it up, but
Right.
I don't know how I'm going to regulate the phone calls. It'll be uncensored phone calls, maybe, maybe not. Oh, no, you are going to be vetted first. Going to have to do a background check
Yeah, they have to text a picture of them
with the T-shirt.
with the T-shirt on.
No, we'll see. That'll be really cool. But yeah, that's my recommended. My second recommended. Tell Julian in the comments below to go start watching some more shows or movies.
I found my way to watch The Office online.
Oh man, this man has been hunting down The Office since when? November?
It's a problem, man.
I tell him he doesn't have to. We have all the DVDs.
I gotta go to rehab or something, man. It's
All this new anime, all these new shows dropping.
no. I've been catching up on
Hunting down
anime.
The Office.
Last Attack on Titan.
Everyone, thanks for listening and watching. Be sure to subscribe. We're out of here.
Please subscribe to our podcast.